Hello guys, welcome to Villager Master. This is our village we have been building. Yes, I did say I was going to take a little break, like 2 to 3 months. Pre-made videos, but I decided to say, nah. Yeah, we are still ahead of time. We got a new follower who sent me a message. So he's in here. So, first comment of every video you subscribe to. Not subscribe, sorry. Send me a comment, you would be in the thing here. The first person who sends me a message. Looks good, I say. Yeah, we're gonna do some landscaping or whatever it's called. Fixing the ground. There we go. Fixing up some dirt. After all, you know how I am. I like stuff looking not too bad. Today we will be doing some building. After when I fix this. Yeah, you can watch what I'm doing. Almost got this fixed anyways. By the way, today we will be talking about relationships. Today we will be talking about relationships and what's important stuff. Like a healthy relationship, guys, is always to be honest. Including if it's gonna hurt them, it's always good to be honest. If it's very important stuff. But don't forget, I'm not licensed to say things. You can take it with a grain of salt, because I am not licensed to give advice out. It's just how I think. Because after all, I speak my mind how I think. If you've been following the channel, and if you've been keeping an eye on what I've been doing, you already know what I'm all about. I speak my mind, whatever random topic. Yeah, lately it's been a few months I've been talking about healthy relationships, because it's very important to do anyways. I'm not the smartest guy in the shop, I will say that. But I'm not dumb. In my eyes, anyways. That could be wrong, I have no idea. Maybe I am dumb, without me realizing it. Don't forget, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Some people can't read, some people don't know what common sense is, but they're good with books. You know? Everyone's different in their own way. Some good at cooking, some don't even know how to do the basic minimum for how to cook. Or they like making charcoal food. When it's not supposed to be charcoal food. Because there's different ways how to cook also. If you're like a star chef, you would know what I'm talking about. There's different ways how to cook things. But end of the day, have to be properly cooked for anyone can eat it, right? You can't make your science experiments. If you do, then make sure you take responsibility if there's stuff going wrong. I'm licensed to do nothing, except for being a couch potato. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not a couch potato, that's my goal. Make a lot of money. And help people, of course. I might actually consider doing business courses in the future. Might consider it. Actually, that sounds fun. Starting a company. A cleaning company, of course. I don't know what I want to call it, because the names I figured out, people already took them on me. Yeah, I might name it after my YouTube channel, why not? I don't know. I can't think of anything what I want to name except for the names that already people took, apparently. Legendary cleaning. I don't know. It gotta be something good, but at the same time, it's catchy. Yeah, if I ever had a mascot, it would be a wolf. Or a cat. Yep. Cats are good. And it's gonna be a religious company too, of course. And real hard work will get actually rewarded if I actually follow through what I do, because half the time I just give it up halfway. So yeah, I want to make it a big world brand, and everyone gets paid well, and the company grows quick too, but not overbearing. Everyone gets paid differently, of course, on a job. It's not going to be by hour, it's per job. You get paid by. Video coach saying, hey, this house is worth roughly, say, 100 or 1,000 bucks. If you want us to do really good cleaning, you know, solid work. Depends how nasty it is, to be honest. Depends how nasty it is. Because I have seen houses I want to throw up, guys and girls. And I have seen houses like really good, and like they say it needs clean, well, it looks really good in the first place. Cleaner than my house. But for my end goal, maybe a couch potato at home, well, I hire my own workers to clean my house. Much bigger apartment building than this, you know. Yeah, future plans, if it comes together, hopefully. I think there would be wonders, I tell you. After all, it's still growing for the cleaning business. In the future, it might decline. Lack of population, of course. In certain countries, of declining. But in general, it's probably got to be more clean anyways. Start hiring humanoid robots to clean. That would be terrifying. That would be terrifying to see. Because lack of people in the world, you know. To be honest, there's only a handful of countries that actually still have replacement levels, if you guys didn't know. Because I do my research sometimes because I'm bored, and I have nothing better to do. There's only 5 countries. Oh no, one area. Their population is still growing. Everyone else's is declining. Yeah, you see as your country's population growing, but that's because of only immigration. Without immigration, they would be shrinking, going smaller. Do your research. Always do your research. There's a few reasons why I think population is declining. There's a few. Cost of living, and people want to focus on their work. A lot of people don't want to be family-oriented, or whatever it's called. They prefer work over family. That's a true fact. There's a lot of people who prefer that because they don't waste time for not making money. Hey, money is just a helping hand. That's not the solution, right? If you are worried about being alone, say, hey, you're the one who wants don't want kids, you know what I mean? Like in the future, they can probably take care of you. If you treat them well, your kids if you treat them well, of course. You know, if you treat them bad, your kids don't want to deal with you. You know? I know a few people who don't even actually want to see their parents at all because of what they have done to them in the past. Kids do remember what, if you're a parent, your kids will remember what you have done in the past. And what I know, I remember things in the past too. So, learn by example. And after all, learn after yourselves if you're parents. Remember the things your parents do you don't like, you know what I mean? Hold grudges. So always be mindful before you act, and always think before you do. It's just common advice in my eyes. If I'm overstepping, just say so. I'm just speaking my mind. I always do it in this channel, and I will never stop. If I'm quiet, that means I'm in a bad mood, or I can't think of anything to talk about. It doesn't mean I'm mad, you know. Today I'm just bored a little bit, so I decided to make some videos today. And yes, I do watch YouTube videos myself, so. And after all, I do have 2 other channels. One I do on Fridays only for my religious stuff. And other stuff I make mangas. I haven't uploaded any of them officially, sadly. If you like manga, yeah, you can say, hey, you're a taco. I don't care. I just apparently like making books, apparently. It's fun. I will tell you, it's fun. I've been taking a little break from it. It's always good to take breaks. There's nothing wrong to start a family, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong without having kids, but if you expect saying, oh, I regret it, hey, I always think logically. For me, I want kids in the future. Because I'm mostly a family person. You know? So, always think before you make your final decision. Because, hey, saying, I wish someone visits me in a nursing home. Always think that way too. But I always gotta find the right person, of course. I always gotta find the right person. If I ever meet any of you guys in real life, I probably wouldn't even be speaking to you. I probably would be walking opposite ways saying, no. I don't like people very much in person because usually they hurt me too much. In the end of the day. Not physically, mentally, you know. Some people are very emotional, I tell you. When some people start talking to you, you know what I mean? Like if you see antisocial people, they call them antisocial. Sometimes they got hurt too much in the past. Small things do matter too, right? Because there is such thing as sensitive people. In certain categories, yeah, you can still joke with them on certain topics, but not on other topics, because everyone's different. Here's the thing. I will tell you this clearly. Everyone has this type of trigger. Everyone has a trigger of some kind. Sometimes it's talking about their parents. Sometimes it's talking about this randomest stuff, I tell you. And it's a true fact. I have triggered many people without me even reasoning why, you know. It's not always their fault, you know. Everyone has triggers. If you're saying, hey, why is he whining, you know? Hey, guys cry all the time too, probably. Does it show weakness? No. It's a human emotion. People have emotions. Here's the thing. If you see older men not crying, it doesn't mean they're robots, you know? It's just how they've been raised. For me, I speak my mind, so... And I hope you guys like what I tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, because everyone's have feelings. And some people are really big of being airheads. Airheads is like people, like they don't realize what they have done. Most of them. Or some people just prefer to try to do that type of stuff because they just don't care. For me, I speak my mind. You already know what I'm all about if you've been following the channel. And yes, today we are not building. We are making the land look nicer in my eyes. Yeah, so it's not a big deal, you know. It's going to be a longer video. If you have issue with it, because you have a goldfish mine, you should always try and have better focus, because here's the thing. If you don't have long-term focus, how are you going to get a nice job, you know? If you want a nice job. Or if you want to work in general, you know? Some people want to be a potato. Or some people physically can't or mentally can't work, you know? It's not their choice to do it, you know? Because don't forget, everyone has issues what's wrong with them. Some of them say, really? Why can't he pay attention? Some people have disabilities, they can't even focus very well. Sometimes I can't even speak. I will say one thing, being quiet is not a bad thing. I learned that lesson many years ago. I learned that lesson so many years ago, guys, it's not even funny. Sometimes I snap, you know. Feel bad about it on certain people, you know. Yeah, I try to keep it in usually. You probably think I'm a robot or a nerd, huh? So in technical terms, really? I just speak how I wish. Yeah, try not to swear, I tell you. It's bad for your character. Modesty is victory. That's how I look at things. If you see someone who's hungry, give them food. Who cares if you want to buy a new watch? Give them food. Sometimes I give people food too, you know. Yeah, your neighbor or your roommate, if they can't afford food, you know. Give them a little helping hand, give them food. It doesn't mean you have to give them all your money or feed them every day, you know. Give them a little bit. Small things do count. Yeah. I'm usually a grumpy person. I'm usually a grumpy person, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea. Funny thing is, guys, a lot of people think I'm probably arrogant, but I'm not at the same time, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So, right now we're just fixing up the dirt here. and we're probably making a building right there. So I hope you guys like what we're doing so far with making the dirt stuff in our video. Making this look nice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking your time building, you know. Yeah. There we go. Wait, did I build this? I'm gonna make it look a little bit different. Hey, Mr. Cow. Yeah, well, admit I am a stubborn person. Hey, I got two things. There's two ways to get me mad. How you act? Some people don't even realize why I get mad at them. Hey, it's better being misunderstood than getting in trouble saying, what are you doing? Yeah. Sometimes it's not even worth speaking, I tell you. You always gotta know when to speak and when you gotta be quiet. Of course, never take abuse, you know. There's no tolerance for that. I would fight tooth and nail. Sometimes you should not fight because it's a lost cause, because some people wouldn't even listen to you. So, I know a few people who wouldn't listen to me either. Yeah, I know a few people who went through a breakup, I tell you, because I said to this guy, saying, hey, I got a question for you, man. I notice you told me she yells at you so much. I said to him, hey, I'm not licensed, but I can give you a little bit of my personal advice. If she's not letting you speak to her or anything, like she's just like being one of those type of people, they're very difficult to deal with. Like I would just cut it off from her roots, saying, hey, nope, I'm done. Yeah, like if you try to do counseling and stuff, counseling is good. Even if it's small things, you should do counseling if you're married. If you're going through rough patches, do counseling. Vice versa, if they say no, saying, hey, no, we're going to do it. Because, yeah, most people might think it's a waste of money. But for my eyes, it's better than breaking things off, I tell you. And getting it much worse. Because it's good to be honest with your partner. Because sometimes it is very difficult to speak to them on difficult topics. Because myself, I would be petrified if I actually had to speak to people in face to face. I'm going to give you a rough idea, a good idea for you guys to try out. If you're scared of your wife or your husband, talk to them, like, not at their face. Turn around, put your back to back, not to face, your back to back, and just speak, honestly, because sometimes it's just seeing their face makes you really tense and scared a little bit. Because how would I know? Because I sometimes don't even look at people's faces while I'm talking to them. Makes me feel more comfortable, to be honest, when I don't actually have to see their face. Because you can't see the disappointment if there is any. Because sometimes it's just emotional barrier. You know? I think counselors probably do that with their... but I could be wrong. I could be speaking nonsense. I'm just giving you ideas if you have relationship issues. But if you're a kid, hey, it gives you ideas if you ever get in fights in your future relationship. Because key is to be honest. including if it hurts them. Saying, hey, I don't like this because makes me feel uncomfortable, you know what I mean? It's good to be honest. For me, it's going to be taking me many years to actually open up to people, probably. It took me 5 years to actually, or 3 to 2 years to start actually opening up to people, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes past mistakes do haunt you for making friends, because after all, I have that issue. Over time, I see their character and I see how much people trust them. But you gotta look at it in your eyes too, of course. You can't just say, hey, I trust you because I see you talking to this guy. You're not... Because here's the thing. They are not you. Because after all, people act differently around different people, right? Like sometimes you see this guy saying, hey, I think he's a snowflake, you know? So you have to speak with a soft voice. Or if it can just be how you normally act, with a high voice and say, hey, what are you up to? What are you doing, you know? Because everyone acts differently after all. And resorb information differently too. After all, guys. Hey, if I'm wrong, prove it. Because I treat people differently. With different tones of voices all the time. Every single time. It works well. But you always gotta know when you can just speak out of, like, instead of walking on eggshells. Some people, you cannot actually be open. You can be honest, but you gotta change your tone of voice, of course. I would know because I have so many friends. I know so many people who get mad at me just because I say it in a certain tone of voice. Saying, really? Why are you being arrogant? No, this is how I normally speak, you know? You don't have to put on a fake face and say, hey, I'm not a two-face with you, you know? Certain people, I actually do have to act like I'm two-faced, but I'm not. Yeah, just how people, body language is key. Body language, have a calm demeanor. When you get in fights, guys, or girls, don't have a raise up voice. That's just loudness. Why you want to actually fix it? I would just say, keep calm, collective voice, a steady voice. Yeah, you can maybe cry to them if you love them that much. Because crying is not a bad thing to do. I tell you, it is difficult, I tell you, to open up about past trauma and stuff. Because everyone has skeletons in their closet, you know? It doesn't mean you have to say, hey, I done all this, you know? Sometimes you don't say it at all, you know? For me, I pray to my Lord when I have a rough day, a really tough time, or just talking in general is a good thing, because that's what I do anyways. Like, not on serious topics, I talk to people, of course. People you trust, you know? I will say one thing. I used to do counseling myself too. There's nothing shame to do counseling. It's a good thing. If you have a right counselor anyways. Because after all, not all counselors are good. Some of them just look at you as a dollar sign, and some of them actually want to actually help. It's just like teachers. I had this one teacher, guys. She teaches by watching YouTube videos of her saying, this is how you do it. No. In my eyes, if you're a teacher, you don't do that. You actually have to get involved with your students and say, hey, do you need any help? Like, if you have questions, she's going to say, watch a YouTube video, redo it. Like, here's the thing. Some people can't learn just from a video itself. Some people are hands-on learners. I have taught people many times, not about common topics, of course. I'm not licensed in anything. It's just how I speak. So, I have taught people how to use mics in games. Hey, that's still learning, right? It's still a learning process. So yeah. If you guys like my videos how I speak while I'm playing Minecraft, that's awesome. I speak my mind. If you think I'm gonna speak about Minecraft while I'm playing, hey, you're funny. I can't think of anything. How do you build a rainbow? You use wool or concrete. Woo! You know? Whatever. I hope you guys like my advice when I speak. Or if you don't like hearing it, that's fine with me, because it's not for you then. It's not for everyone to hear. It's up to people who actually want some help. I'm not a genius, not even close. I just know how people think, because I usually think it in my head all the time. So yeah. Hey, it's nothing bad to talk to yourself, you know. Smart people do that even too. And crazy people, but there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, because if you don't trust anyone, what else would you do? Talk to yourself? Or keep it bottled up, you know? It hurts you more if you bottle it up. Yeah, not all things I can help you with, you know? I just know relationships because I've been in a few in the past before I was religious, so... If you're married, always treat your partner with respect or vice versa. If you treat them nice, they treat you nice, of course. But you gotta find the right one, of course, to treat you that way in the first place. You always gotta find the right one to treat you nice. Yeah. If I'm speaking nonsense, you don't have to listen to me. There's a lot of people, you know. There's roughly, if I recall, there's 4 point something billion males, and females is 4 point something. I know there's more males in the world than females, I think. They're pretty neck and neck lately. There used to be more males, I think, in the past. But I could be mistaken. I have made mistakes in the past. I have been studying gender ratios in certain countries. Canada, there's more females than males. In Middle East, mostly males, I think. Yeah, mostly males. US, I think there's more females, if I recall. After all, every country's different. There's way more females in Japan, I think. I think so. Yeah, there is, I think. If I recall. There's more males in China. After all, everyone's different. Every culture is different, you know? And policies in the past. The past policies screwed probably a lot of population. Yeah. If I ever have kids, I tell you guys, I don't care what they are. Long as if they're happy and long as if they respect people who deserve respect, of course. You always have to lead by example. If you have kids, guys, lead by example. If you see you yelling at your spouse just because of littlest things, what do you think is going to happen? You think your kids are going to be nice people? No, they're going to be dinks, meanies, you know? Lead by example. My opinion, there should be a religion in the household, in my eyes. For grounds and more morals, of course. For me, I had morals in the past before I was religious. I always known there was something, but I just didn't know what it was at the time. To be honest, when I became religious, when I found out slowly, I was mind blown. There was something that makes completely sense to me. I never met common sense like this in my life, you know? But if someone makes fun of your mother, you don't make fun of theirs because there isn't one. It's not his mother who did it, it was him. If it's talking about himself, he's talking bad about you. Eye for eye, you know? That's how I look at it. So always have respect for others. Yeah, if you get angry, you get angry, you know? Ask for forgiveness. Or do your best to, anyways. I lose my temper a lot of the time, too. Getting much better since I became religious. It actually changed a lot in my life, to be honest. Before I was religious, I was a grumpiest person, probably. Or really stubborn, or really rude, you know, in the past. Not as much anymore. I settled down. Because religion does help, I tell you, for character. If you say you're an atheist, you should do your research, because after all, you should seriously do your research, because sometimes religions, like saying this religion is terrorist, you know? If you look at their core teachings properly, without bias, saying, oh, it's a Middle East religion. Here's the thing, Christianity came from the Middle East also, so what are you guys saying, huh? Same town, same people almost. How does that make sense, huh? You know? I'm going to give you an example. Christianity, Jewish, and Muslim, same areas. Same exact areas, you know? At different times, of course. Same area, that's the key out of it. Some, like, in my eyes, you can probably yell at me for this. For religion in my eyes, if it has the same things what it's been telling you for over and over, they never change the words in their own thing, like in a religion, it should never be changed. If it's from true Lord, from God, it should never change. Not by people saying, hey, it needs to be changed because it's outdated. No, leave it how it is. Because in my opinion, if it changes, that means it's corrupted in my eyes. And for my religion, they never, ever changed their book. So, I believe in it because, honestly, there's some facts in there, I tell you. It's mind-blowing. So, I'm going to tell you what I am. I am a Muslim, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not one bit. Actually, I'm very happy to be one. Be a Muslim, because, honestly, when I heard Muslims, I had no opinion on it. Yeah, people say, oh, they're bad. No. Be honest. Like, look into the Quran. You know? It's not for everyone. It's up to my Lord who he guides. I just can tell you information about it, you know? I even have a channel for it, too. About, reminders for it. So, yeah. If people have issues with me saying, hey, why is he promoting this? People have their views, you know? People have their views. But it's good to have professional help if you need it, of course. Hey, I'm just speaking on my own, so. I never told you to keep listening to my nonsense if you don't like it, you know? If you like it, then you should subscribe to my channel if you like. Because sometimes I act crazy, you know? Some days I don't, you know? It's like hit or miss for me. But I like making videos, I tell you. It's fun. That's a good hobby of mine. What, you think I do this for money? Nah, I don't need the money. Not in my eyes, anyways. Yeah, make money, help make my company in the future, you know? Because it's going to be, hopefully, the best working conditions in the world. In the future. For my workers. Hopefully, I hope I actually go through with it. Because I don't know what the future will hold, you know? You never know. Because I seriously do want to make this company be the best. Best workers, best everything. Everything goes well. And the best part is, I want it to be a religious company. Heavily religious. So, if people say, hey, can you clean on Fridays? No, I will not allow my workers to work on Fridays. If people, of course, weekends, you know, they can if they really want to work on Fridays, but it's not mandatory. It's optional. It's like asking for overtime, you know? I prefer people to not work Fridays. But if my company workers say, hey, I want to work Friday, go right ahead, because I can't force you to say, I want to make more money, boss, you know? Hey, it is tough out there. If you have a family and you're saying you want to work more hours, yeah, if you have enough money, you should spend time with your family, because they care about you, you know? Like, if you think making money, just money itself, say, hey, yeah, my wife doesn't need me, my kids don't need me, so I should just be the cash cow. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. After all, if you have a good relationships with your family members and your spouse and your kids, they want you at home from time with you. Even if they're stubborn, you know? Saying, I don't like it, well, they do the exact opposite, you know? Because after all, they see what you do, you know? They learn saying, hey, this guy's not too bad. Or girl, of course. After all, everyone's allowed to work. If I start my company, I hope I can hire a CEO, a vice president, you know? Say, hey, make sure we follow my policies. If there's any changes, hey, you're gonna losing your job. Of course, I'm gonna have more than 50% of the shares. Make sure that actually I have the power to do that. If you have power, power comes with great responsibilities. What, you think you're safe just because you own the whole thing? No. You have to follow laws, follow everything, follow the rules. So I know a few people probably would try to shave off some money, I tell you, just to get ahead of everyone else. Hey, man, looks like you're embezzling money. It's not a good thing to do. There's a lot of hard workers, work so hard just to make $15 or $18 an hour. I'm talking about like in other countries, by the way, not in Canada. Canada has a set minimum income, you know, paid by hour at $17.60 or 18 something. I don't know. But it's very important to follow the laws. If I ever heard my workers saying, "Hey, I don't make enough because someone's one of my management managers taking a little cut," and it's ripping off the company and ripping off my workers, I would punish him with a full extent of the law. I would try and make him pay every penny to that worker, because I want every single person in my worker, to be happy. Of course, I will do my best. If I actually have to step in and actually be a boss, instead of being a couch potato, you know. Yeah, if my wife wants to work in the future, wife, go ahead. Or if she wants me to stay at home, that can work too. Then I just do the cleaning around the house. Yeah, there's nothing wrong being a stay-at-home husband. There's different times, to tell you. Some girls like to work a lot. Some guys want to stay at home, play video games. But you have to do responsibilities, of course, like cleaning around the house. Hey, you think... Because some girls are bad at cleaning, like terribly bad at cleaning. Some guys hate working, or they like staying at home and do cleaning, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Long as if everyone knows their part. Because every couple, every person is different, what they're good at and what they're bad at. Because after all, males and females, yeah, they have important roles. Most males post to be the workers, you know. Yeah, back in the day. For me, whatever floats their boat, you know. For me, if I stay home, I stay home. It's up to whatever she wants. My future spouse, anyways. Whoever it will be. I just hope she's not grumpy. See? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that, you know? I know so many couples who are married. Not anymore, I don't talk to them. There's so many good relationships I have seen. I've seen so many bad ones too. Like, I even feel sorry for the guy. So bad, like I even said to the guy, why don't you just pack your bags, you know what I mean? Saying like, really? Why are you taking this abuse? Some people don't know how to let go, and some people don't know why they stay. Because they're stuck. But if their partner's actually saying, hey, it's okay. You're coaxing them, saying, hey, it's okay. Because after all, everyone's body ages differently, and some people can't handle the stress of working. They have a meltdown because there's so many sensitive people. Yes, there is. Males can be sensitive too. It's not just females. On an average system, it's mostly females on certain stuff, you know. Yeah, I'll look at statistics, you know. On my own calculations. Hey, there is such thing as antisocial people who cannot deal with large crowds. Like for me, if I ever find someone, I want a quiet person. It's not because saying, really? Why do you want a quiet person? It's just my personal thing, because I cannot deal with big crowds. I really can't. I would be terrified, to be honest. Like meeting your wife's friends or your fiance's friends, I would be terrified, to be honest. Because there is some guys who are terrified of women, I tell you. Not just because it's emotional thing. It's not physically, by the way. It's emotionally difficult. Because after all, I have dealt with so many past trauma, I tell you, it's not even funny. And you guys are the first ones I have ever told. If you actually watch my videos, and if I actually know you, oh gosh. I would be too ashamed of myself. Yeah. To be honest, it's actually true. Like, to be honest, sometimes it is difficult to actually open up to people. Yeah, you shouldn't be talking about stuff like online, you know. But I'm just doing this for making other people feel better too, because you're not alone. You know? Because here's the thing, there's many people who are going through much worse situations than you. And there's some people who are not going through rough patches. For me, I'm very timid in real life, to be honest. Sometimes I act like I'm not, but deep down I really am. Yeah, I'm petrified. Well, there's nothing wrong with being different, you know. After all, look at Albert Einstein. Yeah, it's a different type of different, you know. There's difference in everyone. Like for me, if I ever said this stuff in like personal life, I would be petrified. But if you do like what I do here, yeah, I open up sometimes, you know, to help other people during tough times. Because here's the thing, you're not alone. There's many people going through something similar probably, or something exact the same. But no one is you. No one is exactly like you. Because everyone acts differently, how they react on information, you know. See, my wife doesn't love me anymore because you have fights. Yeah, couples have fights all the time. Married couples have fights all the time. Most of them, anyways. You have your spats, you have your differences. End of the day, you should get it solved before you go to sleep. And fighting should never last longer than 2 days. You gotta make up, of course. Ask for forgiveness from your spouse, and I apologize for my actions, you know. If you're stubborn, what do you think is gonna happen? You think it's gonna work out? No. You gotta be deep down and say, hey, what should I do? She doesn't accept my ask for forgiveness, you know. Some people are stubborn. And if it's really bad, I probably wouldn't forgive you either. That's why you gotta cherish what you have, including if it's small or big. I do my best. I'm good at my job anyways. And I'm not even being cocky, actually I'm good at my job somehow. Well, I don't want to be. I want to be in the middle. But no, I stand out like a sore thumb. And no, I'm not saying out of my own words. My own boss has told me, hey, this one guy, he's been acting like the boss. And he even told me, I never seen anyone else who could actually do this job really well. I work in a grocery store. Yeah, it's small stuff. I'm looking for something new, you know. But there's nothing wrong with finding a new job, right? Let's go down by one more. There we go. But I'm not kidding. You always got to be honest with your spouse. Always. If you don't be honest, relationships don't last long. Like, yeah, take your time with it, you know. Tell them, say, hey, to be honest, I am terrified, you know. Here's the thing, she's or he is your life partner, you know. You don't have to tell them, like, your past. I'm talking about, like, what you have done recently, if it's in that relationship. Or if you want to be, like, open book, be honest. Or try your best. It does take time to open up to people. For me, it took me about a few years to actually start speaking to certain people. To be honest, because I have major trust issues. Yeah, like playing on games saying, oh, you're funny. Like, he broke your trust. Well, it's all mind stuff. Hey, here's the thing. It's still a real person behind the screen who did that stuff, right? Or grudges. Over time, I've been loosening my grudges on certain people over the years. Honestly, it is so difficult to forgive someone for what they have done in the past. It just takes time to heal. It honestly does take time to heal, to be honest. Even if it's been a past, like cheating, I will never forgive cheaters. So, I leave it up to my Lord how he wishes. Saying, hey, I'm going to leave this up to you. I'm going to let this thing in the past to be at the past, you know? What he sees fit, you know? If they become religious, hey, that's good to me. Because they have change. Because there is such thing as people changing. Including if you disagree with me. Some people are very stubborn, some people whine so much. You know, there is such thing as people who fake cry. I've seen it. Luckily, I'm not the victim in that. Actually, I want to lower it even more. Yeah, you're probably see me probably do this for a bit. After this, I'm going to end the video. But the stuff I have told you, I hope it helps you in your real life stuff. Or if you have future relationships, your future partners, I hope it works out. I really do hope it works out for what I told you. If it does work out, I'm very happy for you. If it doesn't, I am just speaking nonsense. Don't forget that, okay? I'm not taking any responsibilities. It's your decision if you act on what I said, right? I have helped many people stay together too, because he says, hey, this one guy says to me, I don't know what I want to do with this relationship, but I don't want to end things with her, because, like, to me, like, taking your time, it's no rush, you know? I make jokes, you know? It's funny to make jokes, but on serious matters, saying, hey, this guy says, hey, I like this girl. I just don't know what I should do with her. Like saying, I said to him, to be honest, you should say, hey, it's not you. I need a little bit of time what I want to do in this relationship. It's not you, and not at all. It's not your fault. It's just because I need to think, because after all, it is a big decision to stay with someone for so long. In any relationship, so always be patient with your partner. It does take time, yeah. It's not means they're gonna break up with you. It just takes time, you know. It's not end of the world if they do, you know. There's plenty of people in the world. I don't do dating, anyways. I did that in the past when I was non-religious, and I understand the point of getting engaged, you know. It doesn't mean you have to marry them, saying, hey, woo, let's get married, you know. That's the time when you get to know them still. It just means to everyone else, like if you're in that religious group, saying, hey, back away. I'm getting to know her. Like, you got to speak to their parents, of course, her father. Or if they don't have a father, I don't know. You know? For me, I'm in a little interesting situation because my parents are not in my same religion as myself. But they respect my thing, you know. They're Christians and I'm Muslim, you know. I don't know how to act in that regard. So, I can't help you with that. I really can't because I can't respond to that. Because I don't know. Because your parents are supposed to find you somebody, I'm pretty sure. And for me, different religion. I don't know, so. I have no idea. So, I hope you guys liked our video here. It is much longer, I apologize. But I'm not at the same time because it's your decision if you want to watch the whole thing. I hope you guys like my video and see you next time in Villager Master. Have a good night, guys, and be safe.